Hey horror fans, and welcome to the R-rated horror commentary podcast episode 3. Tonight we'll be watching Friday the 13th, the original, starring Betsy Palmer, Adrienne King, with a side of Kevin Bacon. A group of camp counselors are stalked and murdered by an unknown assailant while trying to reopen a summer camp which, years before, was the site of a child's drowning. What's up, it's Josh. I'm here with Dan Donnelly.
Yo!
And we're about to do the original Friday the 13th. This is the 2011 4-movie collection. It's the uncut version DVD.
You know, I've never seen the uncut version, so this will be fun.
Yeah, I don't really even know what that means.
I think it's just extended gore.
A little bit of the extra gore in there.
Yeah.
The Savini stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got it queued up at the Paramount logo. It's 3 seconds in. And I guess we'll start the movie, unless you want to have any, ideas you want to throw out before we start.
Nope, this is the one that started it all.
This is the one that started it all, man.
Yep, let's get it rolling.
Underappreciated.
Yeah? Really? I love this one.
Alright, so...
I'd probably say that about everyone.
Countdown. 3, 2, and 1.
That old Paramount logo never gets old.
No, man. Turn the light off.
It's funny, he was trying to make it with, I think it was a family, soccer movie or something.
Yeah, dude, he was
Sean Cunningham.
he did a couple kids films that flopped.
Yeah.
And I guess he thought while he was producing this, and this was coming out, he was actually planning on doing a soccer TV series or something.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't pan out, but he'd actually... Did you know that him and Wes Craven did an adult film together?
Adult, porno?
Yeah.
What?
Called The Gutter.
I didn't know that.
Because it was back in the days when Deep Throat was real big and stuff.
Oh, man, I gotta check that out.
You know, the thing about Cunningham, dude, is that, he's a business guy. He's not a creative guy. At least that's the impression that I get.
He's not creative at all, dude. Look at Jason Goes to Hell. You know?
Oh, God, yeah.
He let all that shit happen.
Yeah, totally did. I mean, he made some bad judgment calls.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a business guy, and he was looking for a way to earn a buck, you know?
Yeah.
And it was cool because it just goes to show you that a lot of times, this stuff is just about timing.
Yeah. Because
he was he had heard that, people were really reacting to Halloween, and he kind of just jumped on the bandwagon. And he's had a writer, and he just put together a shitty ad and threw it in the paper, and was looking for investors for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And just lied his ass off, I guess.
It's going to be the scariest movie of all time.
That's right, yeah. He says the scariest movie. I mean, that's brilliant, really, if you think about it. But he found some money, and I think they made this for $550,000.
Damn.
Which I think still really low for probably the late 70s, you know?
Yeah.
And got a writer, and they just started production without a script. And the writer, Victor Miller, just kind of winged it, I think. And he just used Halloween as a blueprint.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of the basic plot of this movie. But
and then they tried to up the ante with the killings and stuff. Which they definitely did.
Yeah. There's some good stuff in here, man.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's too bad that some of the kills are off screen.
Yeah.
I never liked that. But
me neither.
I think what they were saying in the documentaries that I watched, that they try to ramp it up. So they start from sort of a lower level intensity, and they build it up towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
To the decapitation at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But it was weird, man. I was even one of those guys who took this movie for granted, as kind of oh, that's the one, but without Jason. It's the one that's kind of the generic one that spawned the series, but didn't really have a lot of interest in it.
Yeah. Because
I was just, I was all about the Jason.
Yeah, when you're younger, he's your hero, so you want Jason. You don't appreciate these ones. Yeah. Now you get a little older,
Yeah, when you kind of mature as a fan, you begin to realize that there's a lot to appreciate in these movies, because they were inventive, and they were the originals,
Yep.
Does it bother you that their shirt colors are like one's pale?
You know, now it's gonna bother me because you brought that to my mind. Never once. In
That's a detail that I would, as a director,
oh
I would
God.
never overlook. Man, that would bother me. Like that brings on my OCD.
Oh wow! Now I can never unsee that. Now, thanks.
Yep.
Here's the awesome POV shots. Who's the killer? We can't see. We're in his view.
You know, at the time this came out, and it was so popular, it was like in the top 10, I guess, you know, for the... I mean, this was up against The Shining back in 1980, so...
Oh, wow.
Considering it made the top 10 list, you know, movies coming out at that time, that's pretty incredible. But there was a lot of, like, feminists bitching about this movie. And I don't get that, because it's like...
There's a woman heroine. There's a heroine that's a woman, and there's a killer that's
the killer's a woman, and that's really unusual for, I think, slasher movies back in, you know...
Yeah.
Like early 80s or whatever.
Yeah, because people had their conceptions about women back then, you know?
Yeah, and Betsy Palmer is awesome in this. It's so funny, dude. She did this movie to buy a Scirocco.
Like she used to do like old black and white movies, right?
Oh, yeah. She was like a wholesome, good girl actor or whatever, and she hadn't really done anything since the 60s. Mm-hmm. And I guess her car broke down, and she needed a car, and she got offered something like the next day. And they were like, oh, it's a horror movie. She's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, I want to buy a Scirocco, so fuck it.
She was like, I met her at a convention. She embraced the whole... She had like the sweater on and everything. Gave me a big old hug.
She was singing a tune towards the end of her life, I think. You know, she had appreciated... I think, you know, after time passes and you realize that people just love something, you just gotta embrace it. Mm-hmm. You know, she died she was like 89 or something.
She was about 90.
That's really cool that you got to meet her, though. Did she say anything interesting?
I don't... Dude, honestly, that was like the first time ever in my life I had like the starstruck eyes. Like when I got to her in line, I was just kind of standing there looking like this, and she said something to me like that about it. I don't remember exactly what she said. I was like, whoa.
She tapped into your corny vibe?
No, just, you know... That's
your awe vibe.
Miss Voorhees right there.
Yeah.
I gave her a big old hug. Took a picture with her.
Is she how tall is she? Is she short?
Dude, she's pretty tall.
Really?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Sometime.
Maybe they cast her because she was kind of tall. Mm-hmm. You don't really hear about old ladies that are tall.
Yeah.
She was a handsome, like, woman back in her heyday, man.
Handsome?
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't, like, classically beautiful.
Yeah.
Per se, but she was, you know, easy to look at, or whatever, you know. She's obviously, like, you know, fucking, this is menopausal fucking Betsy Palmer, but, you know. She was good looking back in the day.
There's Blairstown.
Yeah. We live really, really close to this location, man. We should go up there sometime.
Oh yeah, I went there last summer. So all this is still pretty much like the same. I mean, the buildings might be a little different with the colors and stuff, but this is still there.
Yeah, I've seen some like other horror podcasters that go up there and do videos, and a lot of the stuff. I think that gas station's gone, but a lot of the buildings, the main buildings and stuff, are there.
Yeah,
and
that bridge and all that.
Yeah, we should go fuck around up there sometime, man. I hit that diner too, but yeah. So the camp Nobi Bosco is the North Bergen Boy Scouts. Yeah, like I was like one of those dudes for the longest time that thought it was just some made up fucking Indian name for a camp. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that was what it actually stood for, abbreviated version of that. But
yeah, too bad they don't let people just go in there and look around. You gotta go on one of those Friday the 13th tours. It costs a lot of money.
Well, it's all about the scratch. You know, I mean, they have an off season, like probably like the late fall.
I don't think you're still not allowed to get in there.
No, you can't
get in there by yourself.
They have security. Well, at least that's what I've read online. But you know, they don't want fans up there. But because it's like trespassing, really. Yeah. But if it's off season, they should let you like at least set an appointment. Mm-hmm. You know, and just
do like a little tour. You know, like some of the historic places. You know, they'll give you a tour of someone's famous house that used to live there.
For like a month in September, they should just let you like, you know, go in and pay an admission fee of like $10 and just go take pictures or something. You know,
They could do a lot with that, like have someone dressed up as Jason that wasn't like run out after. Or
Oh my god, that would be incredible. Yeah. Could you imagine being a kid growing up in New Jersey that goes to that camp every summer, like during your grade school years, and you know it's like fucking Camp Blood?
That'd be awesome. For me, that'd be awesome.
I mean, that's really got spooked the shit out of like some fourth graders, or something. Mm-hmm. But apparently, they have like a movie shrine, like a wall of like memorabilia.
Oh, really? At the camp?
The movie, yeah, the movies and stuff.
That's awesome.
I'm sure that helps them like kind of curb the sort of psychological effects of like knowing that you're going to camp out at Camp Blood for like 2 months.
They embrace it.
So this girl Annie,
I met her too at a convention.
Did you?
She's really nice.
Did you know she's married to Mark Wahlberg?
Really?
Yeah, but it's Mark L. Wahlberg.
Oh.
The guy who hosts Antiques Roadshow.
That's great.
Yeah, I just found that on IMDb. I was like, hey.
Fucking crazy Ralph. You always got to have your crazy prophecy character in your Jason movie.
Yeah, I think they made a mistake by killing him off in the second one.
Yeah, that sucked.
It's ironic that you know how he shows up in the fucking pantry?
Yeah.
He dies in the pantry in the next one.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he falls out of the pantry in part 2.
I was about to say, because he gets killed in the tree.
That's right. He gets killed in the tree, but he falls out of the pantry
okay.
in the second one.
That's great.
But they should have kept him around, for a couple more movies or something. Because it seems like they were like, oh, we fucked up. Mm-hmm. We need a Crazy Ralph in there. So they always keep making new Crazy Ralphs. Just a different incarnation,
The third crazy guy was just retarded, like, to put him in there. He didn't really belong. We'll get to that on the third movie, though.
Yeah, right? Oh, man, I watched that last night in 3D.
Does it, like, actually work?
Because this 4 collection...
I heard the 3D was bad on it.
Has a 3D version. Mm-hmm. And I watched it last night. And it fucks with your optic nerves. I heard it does some like irreparable damage, but like after about 15-20 minutes, your eyes kind of get used to it, and everything kind of looks sort of rust colored after a while. Mm-hmm. But some of the effects actually still work, man.
Cool.
I mean, it's no 3D like we have it now, but I just sat real close to the TV and I watched it, and I just like I'm gonna watch this whole thing to experience it. Mm-hmm. Maybe we should do part 3 with the glasses, dude.
That'd be fun.
Because this DVD set has a package of glasses in it.
Hell yeah!
That hasn't even been opened yet. So I've never seen a commentary for part 3 with the glasses, the actual 3D commentary.
Dude, let's totally do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. We got the guy who's trying to warn the person not to fucking go. The dumb kids.
Yeah, the guy is like trying to speak some reason, I guess, to this girl, but you're dumb and young and carefree.
Nothing can hurt you.
It's interesting, yeah, because Cunningham talks about that was the whole premise of the movie, was tapping into the fear of like when you become like a young adult, a teenager in high school, and you begin to realize that untimely death is a real thing, and like because there's always that one person in your high school that gets killed. Like I remember that experience for me when like in grade school when like some kid got killed by his like automatic garage door.
Oh wow!
He was like doing like an Indiana Jones reenactment. Mm-hmm. Like where you just like roll out right before the thing comes down, and like it caught him right in the neck, and door came down and killed him. And it was just like a big shock, Mm-hmm. But so this is like supposed to be like tapping into those fears and like primal things like somebody underneath the bed. That's a real cemetery too.
I wonder if
that sign's still up there and everything.
Oh, cool!
I
didn't go.
Moravian Cemetery of Hope, New Jersey.
We gotta go check that out.
Yeah,
I think this is Blairstown. This road they're going down, or somewhere up there.
Yeah, all this stuff is definitely in
New Jersey,
North New Jersey.
Here we got Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I like the banjo music.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite fit. I wonder if that was Manfredini's thing too.
That's a good question. I never thought about it because it sounds so corny.
Yeah.
He does make some really corny music for Jason X though at the credits.
I have to go back and really listen to it. I mean, it sounds like such a bad. My memory of that movie is just so like sci-fi movie kind of thing that.
Dude, it's weird because it's like a sci-fi action movie.
Yeah, it is. There's things I like about that movie, but it's definitely a little bit on the outside of the group.
Yep, it's another obscure entry.
I like that sign, dude. I want to make one of those.
Mm-hmm. I know someone online does it. I probably wouldn't buy it though.
There's a guy online that makes like a Jason mask for every movie for like $25. Custom makes them.
Yeah, dude. There are so many people do those now. I remember I would try to collect them back in like early 2000. There's only like one or two people doing them. They'd be like $300-$400.
Yeah.
Now you can just get them for like $30 a pop.
I want to get a New Beginning mask with the blue chevrons.
The blue.
Yeah. Look at this guy with this fucking scarf.
I know.
With this matching socks.
It's like, I don't get the scarf. I guess because it matches. Look, his his bootlaces are red too.
He's matching.
Yeah. He's manly as fuck, though. He's chopping that damn wood with those Daisy Dukes.
Look at that guy on the right. Is that like fucking Tom Hanks from Big?
It looks like him. Oh my god.
It's a cross between Tom Hanks from Big and like Bob Saget. Yeah. If you look at his face.
Mm-hmm. That shirt says he's ready to party. Look at that.
I know.
She definitely looks like a flower child. You definitely can tell the transitioning from the 70s to the 80s.
Yeah. In 1980, man, they're weeding that shit out. No bell bombs in this.
Oh, no.
So I guess Sally Field auditioned for the role of Alice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder why she didn't get it. Or turn it down, maybe.
I don't know. Seems like she'd be a better choice, but I think she was just sort of like blossoming as well. She was like doing some TV. I think she was doing like Gidget or something.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think she did too bad of a job, though.
No, Adrienne King's cool.
You know, she's got her own wine. I think
it's
like
AdrienneKing.com.
Yeah.
It's cool because like she pays for all the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like $25 a bottle, and she'll sign anything on it you want, and you get a free like 5x7 postcard signed or something.
That's pretty dope.
And you can buy like a whole case for like $100 or something. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look at that hairy chest.
I know. What a nerd. He's like admiring her artwork.
Yeah, he's admiring her ass too.
So this is Steve Christie, right?
Yeah.
So the Christies knew the fucking Voorhees.
Miss Voorhees, yeah.
Yeah. But so Adrienne, it's implied here that she like hooked up with Steve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she just kind of wandered into this life or this job or something.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem very into him at all. Like,
no.
You know, she's just using him or something. I don't know. She's not really sure what's going on. Like she's in transition or something in her life.
Yeah, she's still young, you know.
She's a youngin'.
You can tell. Trying to figure it out.
You think she's cute?
No, not my type.
No. She's got a nice head of hair, though.
Yeah? Yeah, it's not bad. Look at that creepy stare on him. Look at that.
He's so creepy, dude.
Creepy motherfucker.
Just the way he talks to people is creepy.
He's looking at her like looking at her, his eyes going up and down.
Touches her face in a really creepy way. She's like, I made a mistake. Right now she's like, maybe I should leave.
It's like, yeah, I probably should go.
Hitchhike the fuck out of here, dude.
Something I always thought, but it's I guess because of the movie, like she's so close to whoever's looking at her. If there is someone, I guess it's implied that someone's looking at you that tree. But how did you not fucking see that person? He's like 2 feet away from you.
I guess there's really only a certain way you can get a big ass camera around a tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at this fucking more suspenders, dude.
Well, people don't believe in belts back then.
It looks like he should be doing stand up in a shitty New York club.
Yeah.
These are the best environments I think for Jason.
Yeah.
You know, like a real like lake with a real camp, you know, with space, like a big lake, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's that's when you think of Friday the 13th, you think of Camp Crystal Lake, the camp, you know.
I think they just said at some point they're like, fuck it, like let's not pack up all this shit and go to the East Coast. Mm-hmm. Let's just do it right here somewhere in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And
they don't get it though, because the lake's just as much like a personality to the movie.
It's so important
as the character.
It really is. I mean, at least they got that right in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
They brought them back to the lake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, dude, did you buy a Jeep because everybody drives a Jeep in this movie?
You know what? That's actually one of the reasons why I got a Jeep. I liked Mrs. Voorhees' Jeep.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I was like, Or Donnelly. Really
You definitely know me. I am.
I learn something new about you every day.
And it turns out I just really like Jeeps now. They're small, off the ground, not high maintenance. What do you think of her? She's pretty high.
Oh, she's my fave.
Yeah,
I think she's my fave. It's really sad that she died so young, dude.
Oh yeah.
Pancreatic cancer, man.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, she was only 49, man.
Damn.
But she's pretty.
Yeah, she's a
little weird looking, but aren't we all?
Yeah. This fucking dork.
Can't complain about those red shorts, man.
Mm-mm. Oh, little Annie.
Apparently that little bridge in Creek is still there, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's Donnelly and his Jeep.
Yep.
So you keep driving, asshole.
Yep.
Not if it was a chick, though.
Hell no, I would have stopped way before. I prefer my hardcover over the softcover, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you are, right? You gonna die.
Oh my god, dude, the way she dives out of the Jeep.
Why'd you do that?
She dives head first, dude.
Swan dive right out the fucking Jeep.
You don't dive head first out of a fucking moving vehicle. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you go fucking, what, knees first probably or something, right?
Well, I guess for dramatic
ass first,
effect,
maybe.
you know.
Yeah. That couldn't have been this girl who did this.
No, it was definitely a stunt double, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just always thought that was so funny. I was like, oh man, she like head dives. I guess she just twists her ankle and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like the softest little ditch ever.
I guess they figured you got to give her some kind of injury, but still make her mobile. Isn't that the camp acting?
Yeah, she's not really much of an actress.
You know, like, instead of jumping out of the Jeep, wouldn't you punch the fucker right in his fucking face or something, you know? He's got to control the Jeep.
Yeah,
you know?
but I guess she just seems like such...
Oh.
She's too...
Yeah, that's true. She's really young and innocent. She wouldn't think to fight or nothing. She definitely doesn't have, like, a...
She's got no survival skills, man, except for running.
She's a cook.
That's gotta suck to be, like... Well, she's, officially the first victim in the series?
Well, the two kids at the beginning were the first.
I sure did look a lot like her. Mm-hmm. Well, what you're saying?
The two kids at the beginning were the first, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah. I guess
she's
you're right.
The first of, like, present day.
No, it sucks, though. She doesn't even make it to the camp.
Nope.
What is Miss Voorhees? I guess she knows she wants to go there, so she's like, can't reopen the camp.
No. My boy drowned there, and you're all gonna die.
Wouldn't the first... I know if I was in her situation, I would get rid of that, like, puke, like, red...
Sweater?
Like victim flag.
Yeah, it's
like where you can see you anywhere.
Yeah, it's like how hunters wear orange so they don't shoot each other.
Yeah, that's right. I would get rid of that right away. Might as well be wearing a tracking device.
You think about she's running from an old ass geriatric fucking woman.
I do like her death though. Like
that's pretty good.
Neck slit is fucking, and the way she gasps. Because she I think she kind of breathes in when she kind of gasps inward or something, but it's just really kind of odd and offsetting.
Yeah.
But the effects are really good.
This is one of the first slowly look up to the killer and die.
See,
there
she's
yeah.
But that's a great effect. It's like actually somewhat believable, you know?
It's like, why did they cut most of that? That wasn't even like, you look at shit nowadays, it's nothing.
I'm surprised they got away with even that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
It looks like fun, huh?
Yeah. Oh, fucking Kevin Bacon and the...
Jack and Marcy.
Jack. Oh, yeah.
Kevin Bacon's dick. That's what we should have named this podcast.
Kevin Bacon's
dick.
Kevin Bacon's bacon.
Kevin Bacon's uncut bacon.
Yeah.
I guess he's not a big fan of this movie.
No, he's a fucking Hollywood fucking high horse.
He's got 3 lines in this movie? Like his role in this movie is so inconsequential. I mean, it's a great death, but he's not a character at all.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of a moment with Marcy at sunset where the fucking lightning comes on.
Yeah.
Like super fake lightning. But he's not really a character of any importance. I guess they said that like they did it that way. Like all the characters are supposed to be
Disposable?
shallow because like
you wouldn't care if they died?
Yeah, you wouldn't be all bummed out at the end of the movie or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually how it is for these movies. You cheer when these fuckers get it.
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, there are other movies in the series that you like the characters on a shallow level, but they're fun and they're memorable. You know,
yeah.
Like
I always liked the one girl that we think's attractive. I kind of always felt a little sad that she got killed.
Oh yeah,
she was nice and wasn't crazy in a room reading a book. You know.
Yeah. Fucking
bacon's junk.
Got like a half chub.
Oh no.
Oh man, this is today this would be like sexual assault. This guy probably be like in prison.
Yeah.
This guy would be attacked for being a sexual predator.
Someone would be on their phone recording it instead of jumping in there to help them.
Oh, absolutely.
World star.
Like back in the day, this was just like a fun prank, to get a kiss from a girl. And now it's just like full blown sexual assault.
It'd be on the news.
Be on CNN.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty ballsy move.
She throw the life thing. A little late for
She's
that.
gotta have something to do.
Yeah. Being of use. Yeah, it is ballsy.
I guess he was just gambling that it would be her that kissed him, not Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. I think I always remember on the back of the VHS, it's just a picture of him like doing the drowning thing and
really?
like playing. I don't wonder why they chose that picture.
You think he stuck his tongue in her mouth?
Yeah. Like that kid on the Sandlot.
Yeah, nowadays, if it was a millennial, she'd be like totally offended and
yep.
Going on Twitter, like outing the guy and calling the police and shit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I would like to stay in an old ass fucking cabin like that.
Oh man, I love that shit. Mm-hmm. There's apparently there's cabins out here that you can rent for just like a weekend, and they're like this. They're like just rustic little cabins on a lake, and just to get away from like the humdrum of fucking daily life or whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know. I should look into that. Maybe I'll take my lady or something. Yeah. She's not really much of a camper, but I think
they should try something different.
You got some running water. She'd probably be all right.
Yeah, my girlfriend definitely would be bored.
All right, really so this dude here with the machete?
Yeah.
You know who that is? That's Bing Crosby's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Here's our first appearance of the machete.
The machete.
Machete. This definitely wouldn't go well with PETA either.
Oh, no. This was before anybody gave a shit about Snake.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually do feel kind of bad because I'm an animal lover, but
yeah,
and I like snakes and reptiles and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't kill unless I'll eat it or it's do some kind of use with it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't believe in callously killing animals.
I guess they really didn't put a lot of thought in this movie at all, dude. I think it was kind of like just a happy accident. It turned out as good as it did. Mm-hmm. So they didn't give a fuck. Like, apparently all these kids did their own stunts and shit. Like, I guess maybe that was her that... Because I was just watching a documentary about this movie, and they were talking about how all the kids did their own stunts and everything, because they didn't even think to have stunt guys or whatever.
Yeah, because I guess, what stunts are they really doing besides maybe crashing through a window or, dying?
Okay, so we want you to jump headfirst into this ditch. Okay.
No brawl, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
It must be cold out there. She got some...
It's a bit nipply out.
This fucking cop has his own website. Did you know that?
I know. He goes to conventions.
Dorf.
Yeah, Dorf, man. He, I listened to an interview that the Skeleton Crew did with this guy, and it's pretty funny, dude. He's like had no idea how to ride that bike at all.
Really?
And I guess he had a crush on Laurie Bertram.
Uh-huh.
Like, he kind of alluded to the fact that he had his eyes on her and stuff, and yeah, can't blame the guy.
Oh, hell no. He definitely doesn't look like a cop. Like,
no,
doesn't have
I mean, he's got kind of a rugged look, but he doesn't sell it.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
with the like dorky visor and shit. What is this? Chips. Look at that horribly racist stereotype Indian costume. Oh, that's another thing that wouldn't make it into a movie these days.
Hey man, it's Native American, okay? Hell no, that'd be like, oh my god, you're appropriating. Ralph's just a drunk. We won't
Going
stand
to
for
Camp Blood, ain't you?
You're doomed if you stay. Go. Go. And then I love the music that plays when he comes out, too. It's creepy. He's trying to act all badass and stuff. 10-4, I gotta take this call.
He just can't sell that at all. But I guess they didn't give a shit. It took him a while, I guess, to be able to turn around and get out of the driveway of this place. I'm pretty sure they just slapped a police sticker on that fucking thing, too.
Yeah. Are those even sunglasses? They don't even look that much tinted.
It's protective eyewear,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's right. I don't see... He doesn't have a visor, does he?
They all think it's a joke.
Yeah. Where's he going? To the lake?
Wouldn't it be funny if he just drove off into the water?
Oh, shit, I'm out of control. Why's he got his lights on? Like, it's like headlights.
Big ass back like that would take like probably a week of just fucking around with. They'll actually learn how to maneuver with confidence, you know?
Mm-hmm. You fuck up one little time on a bike, man, you crash.
I remember when I had like a scooter when I lived in Hawaii, it took me a little bit to
get used to
kind of get the feel of it, you know?
Yeah. Messenger of gold. Bro, you went in the pantry and didn't even take nothing out of there? Why
is he hiding in the pantry to begin with?
Well, maybe he was looking for, like, alcohol.
Wouldn't he just, like, yeah, maybe, yeah. If he's, like, drinking the vanilla extract. Wouldn't he just, like, walk up and knock on the door like a gentleman?
Well, it's Ralph. He's crazy, so...
Just lets himself in.
Yep, pretty much.
I like how the fucking Dolphins fan tries to confront him when he's all, like, terrified.
Yeah. I always assume, like... He knew, like, Pamela, you know, the mom, Miss Voorhees and all that stuff, and she's just dismissed him because he's a crazy old guy.
Yeah.
Just let... Well, because she wouldn't just let this guy walk around the camp. She's killing everybody, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's obviously, I think, harmless because he is an old man.
Oh, yeah.
He's an old coot.
I love this music right here.
Yeah.
So creepy. Get out of here now. Go on, get.
Yeah, he's... trying to do a public service, I guess.
Miss Voorhees probably told him, I'm going to kill these motherfuckers.
Do you think he's the first introduction of a supernatural element to this? And I say that because it's kind of implied that he kind of has, like, this understanding that there's something...
weird going on in
There's something about the lake that's not right. Because, see, I always kind of, like... when I think about the lake and Jason drowning in it, it was like he was just, like a deformed boy. And then when he drowned in the lake, something supernatural kind of changed him into like endowed him with some powers or something. So maybe Crazy Ralph knows there's something fucked up about the camp and the lake and stuff.
It could be. I'm sure the town has its own little secrets, you know?
Yeah.
I also always thought that, you know, he's old, so he probably knew Miss Voorhees at some point, you know?
Yeah.
He knows
sure. It's a small town. I'm sure they
him.
did, for real. I mean, maybe he knows that Miss Voorhees is lurking around doing some shady shit or something, but...
Yeah, you know, the crazy guys, they know that something's up. They always know something's up.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing the generator going out.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a device for the story, but...
Yeah. I like those things to not be explained, you know? I like to be able to make it up. That's why I hate remakes. They try to explain all this shit I didn't want to know about.
Yeah, the whole thing with, like, Jason's dad was a fucking bad idea. We talked about it in the last review, but... Yeah, you know...
You know what
leave it alone, you know? Leave some mystery to it. It's the same thing. They did the same thing with Michael, and they fucked Michael up, too.
Oh, God, yes.
With the whole Cult of Thorn bullshit. To explain away what makes it interesting is that it's just
when you take away the mystery, it's like, all right, this sucks. This isn't cool. I read that potential for the new Jason movie that they were going to make was that he had a twin. That's fucking stupid. That just ruins it for me.
What is
the
he,
twin
Elvis?
died, and then the twin, the other twin avenged him or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, there can only be one.
So,
Like fucking Highlander, dude.
Exactly.
It would be funny to see like somebody do a fan film short of like Roy versus Jason.
That'd be cool. Like those videos you see where it has like, Predator versus Wolverine and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are cool.
Look at this guy.
Dipshit.
Yeah.
There was another YouTuber that was pointing out something in these movies that, in this movie specifically, makes a lot of sense. Is that there's a lot of time, and there's a lot of like scenes in the movie that's just wasting time.
Yeah, it's campy.
Yeah, they're just like walking around doing nothing, like just.
For me, it's always puts me in where they are.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but it's kind of true. It's like they don't really do anything. They're not really
they don't
doing
do
anything. Like if you think about like Final Chapter, like they're doing something. They're having a party. They're trying to get laid. They're smoking pot. Mm-hmm. They're not. I guess they're doing a little bit of that here, but there's no real clear motivation of what their plans are for the day. They're just kicking rocks and
they're just being
sashaying around the camp.
Yep.
But there was no precedent for any of this shit yet, so I'm sure that they rushed it all together. So considering that, it's still a really good movie. I mean, this is like the 4th, 5th time I've watched this week, and it's still entertaining to me.
Yeah, it holds up.
Yeah, this is the sum of Kevin Bacon's lines. Yeah, like just the cheapest fucking lightning effect.
It's probably the headlights of a car or something.
Oh my god, dude, totally. It's like yellow. But I don't know. I like stuff like that. It makes it charming.
Yeah, me too. I love that stuff. Because you could, they had to do a lot with, a low budget.
I guess a lot of people say this is like his break-in movie, but he'd already done a few things. I think he was in like Meatballs and shit like that.
Old Bacon. I always remember him. Was it Footloose?
Footloose was really the big one that made him popular.
Tremors.
I wasn't really a big Footloose fan, man. I didn't really do anything for me. I did like Tremors though.
I love all those 80s movies, dude. Even Footloose. I love all that shit. Yeah, what did you think about him in X-Men? The X-Men movie.
I liked it. I was fine with it.
He played a pretty good villain.
Yeah, because he was just kind of like this. He wasn't a very imposing villain, but
he was evil.
Kind of, evil, smart guy. Mm-hmm. I didn't mind it. I liked it all right.
Yeah.
He does some good stuff. Mm-hmm. He'll pop up in something I like. I mean, that show that he does, The Following, is not that bad.
I heard. Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, Kevin Bacon is Kevin Bacon.
Didn't he have a band, the Bacon Brothers or some shit?
Yeah. What did you think of Hollow Man?
I liked it. Well, I mean, when I watched it, I don't know how I'd like it now if I watched it. I watched it whenever it came out on DVD.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. Back when Elizabeth Shue was still smoking hot. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know, man. That movie is just kind of, yeah. I don't think it holds up,
That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an interesting take on the Invisible Man, but...
Mm-hmm. I'm serious for movie purposes, but, like, there's plenty of light in there. Why do I have a candle? Set the mood, I guess?
Yeah, set the mood. It's always best to have sex by candlelight. I mean, I think they're supposed to say they're trying to portray it as like a dark night in the cabin.
Yeah.
But they can't have it completely dark,
Because you wouldn't be able to see shit in the movie.
Right.
I wonder if this was awkward or not. I always wonder about, like, sex scenes.
Yeah, I'm sure it is awkward as hell, dude. But I'm sure she brags about getting, like, fucking felt up by Kevin Bacon now, though. Yeah. It's like totally cupping her boob later.
Yeah. And we have the storm. The storm is here. Oh, yeah, it's where they play strip Monopoly.
Of all the games to pick, Monopoly, really?
I always thought that was funny.
Once again, I have to insist on the Crisco Twister, dude.
Yeah. Crisco Twister. Look at that raccoon up there. That thing
I
was
know.
creepy.
You know what's weird is like it took me a couple watches to figure out what that was for some reason. So I was just
really?
seeing it. I couldn't see that it was a raccoon for some reason. I wonder how this movie looks on Blu-ray.
I know.
I don't think I've watched it on Blu-ray yet.
Is it even worth watching on Blu-ray? It's so, like, it's not really a movie you'd watch for Blu-ray, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always interested to see how things look clearer, you know?
Yeah, how clear can you make a movie like this old, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently it makes a difference to some people, but...
Oh, wow.
Because you just see things that you never saw before. You know, things in the background.
That's why I always hated watching, like, the letterbox shit in movies.
Yeah, because it squeezes your area of vision down to... You know... If you have to have a really large viewing area to watch something like that on... I mean, I get why they release those. Like, there's a letterbox version of this.
Yeah.
But because they wanted you to be able to see the original format without having things squeezed together.
Yeah.
You know, like, so the way it appeared on screen in the movie theater, it's always longer, you know, than it is wide. And so, you know, there's a lot of, like, movie dorks that like that. But it kind of sucks to watch it on, just a regular TV or something.
Yeah. You know, it's actually good to watch these movies on TV because for some reason there's actually scenes they'll add in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they do that a lot. Like, they did a lot with the Halloween series.
I don't know
why. They did, especially Halloween 2, they really chopped up. They changed the movie almost, like, for television, you know?
Yeah, because I guess they, you know, try to put something in place of the blood or something.
Yeah, they try to compensate for the story. They try to manipulate the story to make it better for TV because they have to cut out so much of the gore or something, and it's weird.
So I always try to watch these on TV, you know, if I get a chance, because
there
I'll
are
end up
like
seeing a scene I never seen, like even if some little scene.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to compare. But it's weird because we're watching the uncut, and so far I haven't noticed any differences at all.
Her death was just a tiny bit longer. Annie's death was a tiny bit longer. I know his death, like, there's more blood fucking... And you see the blade, like, twisting or whatever, more...
Look at Bacon's got a fistful right there.
There's some booby! I know, right?
So I'm sure she tells that story at bars.
And he's not just, like, has his hand there. He's actually, like... He's copping the feel.
Yeah. I'd probably be, like, squeezing a little bit.
Yeah, a couple.
I guess he was trying to be a gentleman.
Yeah. Not too creepy, but get that feeling.
I think this death kind of holds up.
Yeah, it's great.
The arrow through the neck, like, it was...
That's something you wouldn't... Like, you watched this back when it came out, you would have never fucking expected that shit.
Yeah.
Especially not an arrow through the fucking neck.
You know what's interesting is Cunningham was talking about, like, how back in the day, you know, before... when special effects were, like, this really new thing... that most people, because they weren't ruined by, like, special effects, computer special effects, and how they can do everything now, that pretty much everything they saw, even though it looks cheesy on screen now, everything they saw on screen looked really believable, and, like, they just bought it because they'd never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's a lot harder to sell it to audiences because we could just make everything with computer effects, and we've just been spoiled to death.
Yeah,
you know?
But the thing with computer effects, you can always fucking tell it's a computer effect, you know?
Yeah.
If you do it a practical, you know it's a practical, but you still think, oh man, how did they do that? You know?
They still can't do blood right with a fucking
Hell no, blood looks horrible in fucking CGI.
Right. Although they did a really good job with Logan.
Logan? Yeah, Logan was awesome.
Not to date this podcast too badly, but yeah, they fucking... that was a slasher movie, dude.
Yeah, it was great. Enough violence for me. Smoking that doobie. Speaking of, blaze up. What's that? Oh, it's your buddy's blood, and now you're dead, motherfucker. Look at that. Yeah, it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, they have a throwback to this in part 3. The girl in the hammock, where she hits the drip on the fango.
Yep,
and then the
knife.
Machete comes up underneath, yeah.
I loved how they did that in part 2 of that Fango magazine. Oh, good old Fangoria.
Was she like reading an article about Tom Savini?
I remember
it was like Godzilla or something.
Yeah, Godzilla on it. Yep.
They should have had a Tom Savini though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know.
That'd be awesome.
This movie is really well done in terms of atmosphere, though.
Yeah, and cinematography is really good too. Mm-hmm. Like these shots.
I like the pictures of the way the rain looks.
Like, look at this shot. You get the door open and the light comes in, you know? It's perfect. And all you see is a silhouette of fucking, you know, legs coming in, feet.
There is a shot later, though, outside the diner with the rain that looks kind of bad because it looks like it's definitely, like, from a rain machine.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because you see it go...
Yeah, it pulses on the car, like, very, like, perfectly timed. You notice that, too?
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, that looks kind of fake, but whatever. Small detail.
Now it's like you said, it's kind of like the charm thing has that thing now. You think
shoestring budget.
You think she peed or do you think she took a shit?
I think she was evacuating his his DNA.
His seed?
Yeah.
Little Kevin Bacon bits?
Yeah, because that's what girls do after sex. And I didn't see him put on a condom, so... Like, I'm assuming she's on the pill or something.
It only takes one, missy. This is another staple in slasher movies. They think it's like someone playing a joke.
Yeah, I think they sort of... This is another thing they took from Halloween, you know?
Yeah.
The unsuspecting victim. Mm-hmm. Chilling in the old school cotton panties.
I know.
I got nothing against the old school.
I don't know, dude. Sometimes it's better to, see it like that. It's, it leaves more to your imagination. Like, I think that's pretty, attractive, sexy to see, you see the nipples through the shirt or whatever,
Remember when, like, in the 90s when everything become, like, they always, like, wore the shit that came way up on the hips. Just, like, made their butt look super long.
I feel like that came back, though, because a lot of women wear the high, like, over their belly button jeans and shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
If this was a modern, she'd be wearing yoga pants or some shit.
Yeah, right.
Have Uggs on. Oh, wait, no, it's supposed to be the summer. There goes that.
Yeah. That was a stroke of genius, dude. Mm-hmm. These movies would not be the same without that.
Dude, no, it'd be like a completely different movie for me. The slow creep to death. I guess it's just my imagination.
Would you, in that situation, would you go check or would you book it out of there?
Dude, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Unless I got a fucking gun or something, I'm not...
See, my first thought would be it's probably a wild animal, so fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll go back and I'd be like, hey, there's a wild animal, I think, in the bathroom, so be careful or something.
I'm getting the machete.
Look at the butt cut. This is my favorite death in the movie, though.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, the gore, the axe in the face, even though they don't show it, looks great.
Yep.
That looks so good.
Mm-hmm. She took it in the face like a champ. You get to see a rendition of that in part 7. He axes that chick in the face. Just like Mama!
Oh, yeah. Although it wasn't... I like the way that Jason presented the kill, but I would have liked to have seen it.
That movie was cut to shit too, dude.
Oh, well, yeah. It was hacked.
Yep.
Because the producer, she didn't dig it for whatever reason.
Dummy. Oh no!
How long would it take to get through fucking strip Monopoly, dude?
For fucking ever?
Last time I played Monopoly, which was probably like 20 years ago, I played with my cousins and I think my aunt or something, and it took hours, and it was so boring, and I suck at Monopoly, so it was not fun at all.
Yeah. Why did she put her fucking clothes back on? It's raining. And now you
I don't know. When you're in that setting, and you're just like, fuck it. It's not like...
she's probably a little drunk, too, from drinking.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever.
Drinking the old Budweiser Stubbles. Mm-hmm. I like how Coors brought those back.
Yeah.
The banquet Stubbles.
Mm-hmm. There Here's the diner.
Did you park in that spot too?
No, I should have actually.
If we go up there sometime, we'll park in that spot. And
I'll take a picture because I got the Jeep.
Was this old lady working there?
There was an old lady working.
Look how big her glasses are. She looks like Maz Kanata, dude. Han Solo.
It's the cantina of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the shape and everything. They still have the same silver walls and shit.
Really? I like those old diners, man.
Me too. Blairstown. Look, there it is right there.
Yeah. What did you get when you were there?
It was country fried steak and waffle fries, and it was really fucking good.
That's the perfect diner food, man.
Mm-hmm. It was bumping, too. A lot of people there.
I wonder how many people, like, just pass through there and don't even know.
A lot.
It's filming location. Do they have anything on the wall in there that says it was in the movie?
I didn't look, actually. I should have looked.
It looks like a pretty small place, though.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah.
It's pretty small. I don't remember that little... Was that a trailer next to it or something?
I don't know.
The diner sign isn't there anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I don't know why they would get rid of that.
I remember always being bummed that they tore down the Mel's Diner from American Graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Mel's Drive-In.
Mm-hmm.
It's like such an iconic... I mean, they still have Mel's Drive-Ins and stuff, but they got rid of that one.
Yeah.
To, I guess, develop the area, but... This guy's such a douchebag.
Yeah. That's me and my Jeep. Oh, look, the rain kind of slowed down.
And you had to drive 12 miles to get to the nearest diner.
I know, right?
Tomahawk Lake? There's another lake?
Yeah. That's like the Bobo brand of Jason. Gotta get washed up before bedtime.
They never even got down to the good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get down, the guy, I think, had his shirt off, and she was down in her bra and
You
panties.
saw a boob.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Of the one who just died. Yeah. She's probably laying in there fucking dead right now.
You ever played, like, a strip poker or anything?
No.
It's... it can be fun with the right people.
Oh,
but
yeah,
usually
definitely.
everybody pussies out, you know? And everybody's like, oh, I'm going to take off my watch. I'm going to take off one earring, you know? It's like...
So you got to set rules beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
Start with your socks or your shoes or something. An actual item.
It's like, come on. It's no fun if there's no payoff at the end.
Exactly. You get them drunk enough, I'm sure they'll forget, be more willing to remove something more than a watch first.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there? Oh my god.
She's just been hanging out in the one shower stall the whole time.
Yep. What was she doing to that body in there? Look, there's no like blood spatter or nothing. She cleans up good.
She takes the axe out of her head and puts it in, like on her bunk.
Oh yeah,
remember?
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. So she must have done that and stashed the body somewhere and then come back, I guess, or something.
Pamela Voorhees was not fucking around.
No.
Make these kids suffer.
She's just so delusional that she thinks that's a well-lit shot. She's so delusional that she thinks she's doing a good thing. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep.
I really think that, like, the more I watch this movie, the more times I see it, I really think that Betsy Palmer did some really awesome acting.
Oh, yeah,
apparently
she
she
did.
Worked really hard in this role, even though she didn't want to do it.
You can tell, she put work into it.
Yeah, see, that's like old school fucking work ethic, you know? Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I'm going to do something, I'm involved in something I'm not really invested in, but I'm going to do the best I can do anyway, you know?
Yeah.
People don't do that anymore.
No.
So this Jeep break down, or did he get stuck?
I don't know.
In the mud or
they
something?
don't. It doesn't really show you. It
Yeah.
just kind of stops and. Oh, it looks like it's stuck. Why did you drive in that?
I know. Why did you go off to the side of the road?
What the hell were you doing? I know you weren't texting.
Because it
There's
needed
no texting.
to happen.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I think like maybe if you're thinking about supernatural stuff, maybe something to do with the lake, or maybe Jason or something's kind of driving the mom too, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's somehow there's some demented metaphysical thing about Crystal Lake that, you know,
It's cursed.
it's possessed or it's cursed or something. Yeah, and it drove her mad. You know, like.
Yep. I mean, he comes out the fucking lake at the end. But, you know, I'm glad they don't explain any of it. You do see the Necronomicon in Jason Goes to Hell.
Why'd they go from, like, her being practically nude to her in
bathrobe
a the most, like, conservative fucking nightgown.
I think they wanted to make her, like, that character that's, you know, not the crazy one that likes to have sex and do all that, you know, the more smarter one.
Yeah.
More relatable one that's not as dumb.
I mean, really, nobody messes around except for Marcy and Jack, right?
Yeah, but then you got the doofy guy, and then they were playing strip poker, but I think that's what they wanted. They wanted to make her kind of like a wholesome girl.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Victor Miller says that was, like, in his later interviews, he kind of sings a different tune. Where he's saying that, like, they didn't plan it that at all, and that was just, like, something that people projected onto the movie. And that, if anything, it was really about sexual repression and how it can, like, drive you mad or make you do crazy things or something, or the release of that repression or something. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, people just see it a different way. But because I think it really has a lot to do with, like, Halloween and the way that sex was portrayed in that movie, and then that got projected on this. But he says that wasn't his intention at all. But you know, because Adrian Alice, she's, like, not supposed to be, like, a perfect virgin or anything. She's, like, drinking and smoking. And she's obviously had relations with Steve and all that. And like, she's the final girl, so it kind of debunks that whole thing. But they just pick it up and they run with it.
Survive,
yeah, they pick it up and run with it in the next couple movies.
Yep, it kind of stays the trope for.
Yeah, I gotta take a pee.
All right. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be walking around in the woods at night in the rain, hearing some damn voice of a kid. You spent all day in a camp, didn't see any kids, you know. Why would you go outside in the pitch dark, some kid yelling for help? It's a trap! And, you know, it sounds like a boy's voice that leads me to the whole supernatural thing, you know. But, you know, that's what these movies are good for. They don't explain anything, so you kind of make up your own conclusion of what's going on. Is it supernatural? Is it just crazy people? I gotta say, I love the musical score, this part. Well, yeah, it's pretty much a trap. Now she's gonna turn on the lights. And now she's target practice. Our off-screen kill. Was this the only off-screen kill? No.
No, there's another one.
Bill gets killed off-screen, but you see him dead.
Yeah, the guy, he wanders into the cabin because he sees Miss Voorhees going there.
Oh yeah, that's right, him too. Fuck.
Shows up in a. He's above the.
Yeah, he's the guy that's blood's dripping
above them when they're having sex or whatever. Like I said, I think they're just trying to ramp up everything, but I don't know. I think part of it is budgetary.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They probably only had so much money to blow on Savini, but apparently, like, this movie, because of Savini's effects, is what made, like, special effects guys like rock stars, and he actually went on tour with the cast and crew to, like, promote the movie and everything, and that was, like, unheard of up to this point.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's weird because, like, you know, everyone talks about how Savini's the only one that gets away with, like, the really bloody shit. Because, like 1 in 4 are the ones that he does that they get away with the most of.
Yeah, dude, they are. That one is pretty fucking gory, too.
I mean, it's probably just chance, but
yeah,
they won't seem to think that he's charmed for some reason.
I never thought about it like that, but, you know.
You know what's funny is back into like 2002 or 2003, I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and I saw Savini. He had a table, and like a bunch of like his masks and shit. And I was there working, and I saw him, and it was like early in the day, and there was like nobody at his table, and he was just standing there, and I just like go, "Oh, that's the guy," and I just went back to my table, and then I just think about that, and I regret it so much because it would have been so cool to like
just chat with him,
just fuck around with him for a while, like 5 minutes, you know, and like my horror fandom had not yet blossomed at that point, I think, but I definitely knew who he was. I knew he's a big shot or whatever, but.
I got my picture with him too. I stopped him like he was walking around in the convention. I didn't go up to his table or anything because I don't,
he seems like a guy to be really fucking cool to the fans, man.
Yeah,
he knows.
As long as you're not a fucking
weirdo, Yeah.
That's the school I wanted to go to first before I went to Kubert's school. I wanted to do his school.
I looked at that after I found out about that after I enrolled in school, and I was just like. Man, that would have been really cool too. I could have like gone and used my GI Bill for that.
Yep.
And that would have been awesome as well. Because I've always had an interest in that kind of shit too.
Yeah.
But I guess they pick a lot of those face-off contestants. You know that TV show Face Off, come from his school.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah, like the cream of the crop from his school, like get picked to do that or something.
That's pretty cool.
Which makes sense, man.
But I'm happy I chose what I did, because I love to draw, and
for sure,
I would love drawing more than sculpting and doing all that crap.
There's just a part of me that's just like, that would be such a fucking awesome job,
Hell yeah, because most people who sculpt anyways are artists too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Have you ever seen James Cameron's drawings and stuff like Queen Alien and Terminator stuff? It's really good.
No, I haven't. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
that's an interesting thing. I didn't even think to look at that.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not a special effects guy, but he directs movies, but he's still an artist.
Yeah. He had the ideas in his head.
Mm-hmm. Those doofy raincoats.
Everybody's got a different color.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got to pick their own colors. I want the red.
I want the yellow. Well, it matches his shirt. He's got the red plaid. Oh, she's a badass. She broke the window to get in. I always love these parts of the Jason movies when it's like just a couple people left and they're starting to find, realize, holy shit, something's going on.
Yeah.
And then you get that sense of, fuck, I'm all alone here.
Not right. Yeah. Everybody's just not around anymore. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the phone line.
Yeah. And, of course, the car don't work.
Mm-mm. Just like in part 5.
Mm-hmm. Like in every fucking movie. Except part 3, she turns it to the battery, and then it works. See, she's got the right idea. Why don't we just hike out of here and get out of here? That'd be your best bet.
I mean, that's what she wants anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, she wants to get the hell out of there.
Miss Voorhees wants everybody out of there. So.
We'll be laughing about this tomorrow. You gonna be dead, motherfucker.
Did you think... What was your thoughts about her, Alice dying in part 2?
I didn't mind it, but I would be cool if she didn't.
Yeah.
Know?
I guess nobody gets away, huh?
No. I don't know, I guess they didn't really establish Jason yet.
Yeah.
Because now he usually just stays in the camp and kills whoever comes. But he seemed like he went out of his way to kill her. But thinking this, she killed his mom, so I guess whatever. But
I always felt kind of bummed she got the ice pick to the temple, but
yeah. It must not have been too long after the first movie, because remember her mom's head is in the fridge?
Yeah.
And it doesn't look that decomposed or anything.
Yeah. I guess they just figured they had to tie that loose end up and kick it off somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, part 2 will definitely be interesting to talk about when we're down.
Yeah, it's another late morning shot.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Right before the sun comes up, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like. This is as far as I can take your doofy ass. Get out. Once again, Crystal Lake is the most oblivious town ever.
Well, it's debatable whether most of those people are high school graduates or not.
That's true.
Established 1935.
1935. Shit, when was Jason drowned? Was it 45 or 55?
It was 58.
55? Or 58? It
was like 58. Well, 58 was when they, in the beginning of this movie, they said it was 1958, and
I think
that's when those two counselors die, right?
Yeah. I think it's that doesn't it happen like 10 years after? Shit, I should have looked that up.
Yeah.
I know it's 40.
The timeline gets screwy a little bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you try to figure out what Jason's age is, I guess it's a little bit of a mind bender.
Mm-hmm. It's a good shot.
Yeah.
I always like these POV ones, slow.
Yeah. I guess this is a little bit of a pioneering thing, too, that they came up with, was the POV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they really used it.
Yeah. And they've used it in every... Did they use it in... I don't think they used it in the remake. I don't remember. I know they used it, like, all at least all the way up to part 7. Maybe a little bit in part 8.
Yeah, I need to... You know, I've seen the remake. I saw it in the theater when it came out.
Me too. I saw it, like, twice.
Like 2009, right?
Yep, 2009.
It's fucking 8 years ago, dude. Can you believe it?
I know.
I went with my Navy buddies, and I had a good time in the movie theater, but I've watched it a few times after, and I'm like... It just doesn't have the magic, the charm that
it's
these
the music,
ones do.
I'm telling you.
It really, the music is so important, and they really flubbed it.
Have you seen the Killer Cut, the extended like deaths and stuff? It's pretty good.
Oh, maybe I'll have to check that out.
Definitely better, longer kills.
Yeah, I order a copy on eBay or something.
Mm-hmm.
Download it or something.
For me, though, I liked it because at least Jason was fucking crazy and killing people and fucking...
I mean, they really
up,
did try to put some fan service in there.
Yeah.
Where they had Sackhead Jason for a while, and that... I really love that meat cleaver, not meat cleaver, but the machete to the fucking middle of the fucking head.
When she was under the dock?
No, the dude in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah! And
where he runs up and he just, like, fucking...
Yeah.
Just splits his head in half and then, like, uses his boot to pull a... Like, that was great.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that really... in the theater, that really was like, oh, fuck yeah, you know, Jason's back.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. You know what? It'd be interesting to watch that again after, like, looking at these movies recently so intensely, and understanding these movies better now, like, looking at that and comparing, because I might have a different opinion, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems to be, across the board, a lot of, like, Friday the 13th fans that I hear online kind of feel like 50-50 about it.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not horrible, but it's not really what they're looking for yet.
Yeah.
You know? But it was definitely not awful. They didn't fucking shit the bed on it or anything.
Like they did with the Nightmare remake and...
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw that in the theater, too.
I did. I had to, you know.
I was excited. I was like, holy shit. And
I was like, fuck, this looks shitty, but I gotta see it because I love Nightmare on Elm Street.
And I was like, but this isn't Freddy. Like, this isn't, like, fun and weird and strange and eccentric and, you know...
Nope.
Inventive and goofy and funny.
Playing it safe.
Yeah.
Make a buck.
Gonna do the dark and gritty Freddy, you know?
No, he was whack.
Yeah, that did not work. I'm not sure if it was, like, Jackie Earl Haley's fault or anything.
No, it wasn't his fault because the face makeup sucked and they wanted them. It was just retarded. And they had a kill on webcam, the Asian guy.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Slam his head into the camera. Yeah.
I think it's pretty widely accepted that movie sucks a big dick.
The biggest of dicks.
Yeah. Which is obviously why they didn't ever make a sequel to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll be able to bring that franchise back without England or something, you know? Like,
yeah, I was hoping they would do like a prequel with him as like a person killing the kids before all of it happened. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess they kind of did that in the TV series, but where he's in court and all that. That was really interesting. That's funny because that started off really interesting, and then it went to total shit.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did.
But so here's more of the whole like stalling for time thing.
Yep.
That they do in this movie, or just kind of like
camp, light the fire, light the stove.
Is this like home ec class? This is how you light the gas oven. She's gonna bake a pie.
Mm-hmm. She's making some tea for Bill. For Loverboy.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what kind of tea. What do we got here? What is that? What do we got? Yeah.
She's making. I think she's
coffee.
Making instant coffee, man.
Okay.
I don't think people drink that shit anymore.
Probably not. Yeah, this is super campy.
I mean, in one way, it's kind of nice that you just get to spend some time with the character, but she's not really
doing anything.
She's just doing stuff.
I imagine, like, you know, if you're watching this for the first time, you're kind of like, oh man, you know, the killer's everywhere, it could be anywhere, and you're maybe expecting something to fly out at her or something, or something crazy to happen.
So there's like a little bit of suspense.
Yeah, because she's like looking around everywhere and stuff, you know, too, like looking behind her.
It just would have been interesting if maybe you see like a shadow walk past a window or something. Just awesome. A little something to
break the monotony.
Yeah, to give it some purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot of sugar, girl. Shoot, you gonna get diabetes.
This was before they had Sweet and Low.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-Sweet and Low days.
All right. How about that, Miss Voorhees?
You know, it took 10 weeks to edit this piece of shit movie. Like I said, they figured out a way to make it interesting, huh?
Wait, it took 10 weeks to make this movie?
No, 10 weeks to edit it. Just to edit it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I saw that last night. I was like doing some research on this. I was like, oh man, that seems really long.
Yeah.
For a simple movie like this, but I guess
they probably edited it, watched it. All right, got to do this, got to do that.
I think it has a lot to do with the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, I think they decided to put in the part where Jason jumps out of the lake, and apparently they were saying that's really cool though. Yeah. I don't know how they got him up on the door like that.
I saw his eye twitch.
Did you really? Yeah. Nice going, being Cosby's son. But they apparently that the ending of the movie that they added on at the last second is what sold the movie to Paramount. Because I guess they were being courted by like 3 different studios or something. But
yeah, they
fucked up the viewing with Paramount. They were supposed to be there, and I guess they were late or something, and so they were kind of pissed. But then when they saw the ending, the surprise ending at the end, that's what sold the movie, and they were probably trying to put that together, you know?
Yeah.
Apparently that was really hard to film. Like, they had to go back 3 times and reshoot it.
Damn.
They did it in September, October, and November.
Damn.
So it was a real, I don't know why, because it seems so simple, but they had troubles with it, making it just right, so they had to keep going back. And then I guess it was like freezing cold by the time it was like November, you know? Like, yeah. I mean, you can imagine. You know what it's like around here in November. It's
Hell yeah.
It's no summer day, that's for sure.
Yep. I mean, it was worth it because that's one of the most memorable scenes in movies. You know?
I don't think we'd have Jason without that scene.
Hell no.
This franchise wouldn't exist without that scene. So that was a Savini stroke of genius.
Damn right. Our boy was born when he came flying out of the lake and then this movie.
I'm sure you've heard that, like, that kid. It's like all grown up now, and he has like a band.
A rock band, yeah.
Last Jason or something?
Yep.
Was that Crazy Ralph's hat?
Ralph's hat? What do you mean?
There was a beat up old fedora.
Oh, there was? I didn't even notice.
I just saw that for the first time.
Yeah, that guy seems to be pretty cool. His band's called First Jason.
Yeah.
He embraces it, good for him.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just taking this all the way to the finish line.
Damn right.
It's funny because you look at his face now, and he's like he still looks like that. you can see, you can recognize him.
Mm-hmm. At least you got a baseball bat to protect yourself a little bit.
You can do a lot of damage with a baseball bat.
Fuck yeah. Baseball bats are no joke.
You gotta land one really good swing.
Mm-hmm. Just look at me.
That was so epic.
Yeah. You going back to drink your coffee? What are you doing?
She's like, I want a pickle. Is there any pickles around here?
She got
For that shitty ass fucking barbecue fork, man.
You try to stab someone, it just bends. Yeah, let me close the window.
Couldn't they had a prop that looked a little bit more substantial than that? Like,
yeah. I wonder if Miss Voorhees made sure there was like no defensible weapons in there. Well, she left the bat in there, but.
Oh. She looks alive still.
I know. I saw her head kind of, yeah.
Paralyzed with fear.
Yep. Fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead. Get up. Come on. You have to defend yourself. And then the crawl. I wonder how many takes they had to do for this.
I don't know, man. Probably a lot.
Yeah.
She didn't really have a lot of experience before this movie.
I don't think she did too bad.
I think she said she was in a Burger King commercial. And she did some dancing on Saturday Night Fever. And that was like it.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm sure she was doing a lot of takes, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
At least a couple. I don't think they did a lot of wasting of film, but...
Yeah, because they, low budget, probably didn't have a lot of supplies.
Yeah.
I'm just going to undo everything I did. Someone's here to say, oh, nope. It's Mama Voorhees.
She really is the best in this whole movie, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The way she delivers her lines and... She does some body movements later on that are really just amazing. I'm guessing it's a whole like stage acting thing she experienced that she has.
Yep.
Where it's like very expressive and she really put some thought into it. It's like that they could have filmed that scene with somebody else and it would have been just something really boring.
Yeah.
But she really uses her body language to sell it and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, she definitely knocked it out of the park.
She's an old schooler, man.
Mm-hmm. She got the most life out of any character in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
I think that wasn't an accident. I think they definitely cast her for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They needed a good mom type figure.
Yeah.
To like exploit,
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a shocker, kind of like a twist, almost in a way.
Exactly. So innocent. Oh, so pretty. Nice. Bless you, child.
Look at this acting.
I know.
She's acting inside of acting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, young boy drowned here.
They were making love.
Well, that young boy drowned. His name was Jason, and he was my son.
It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why they named that documentary after
His
that
name
line.
was Jason?
Yeah.
Every minute.
Not as good as Crystal Lake Memories, but still pretty good.
He wasn't she's about to say, he's retarded. He wasn't a very good swimmer. That won't be necessary.
Uh-oh.
I like how they added this in there.
No, that's good for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's how she thinks it happened in her mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's even saying, "I am Jason."
I mean, the emotion in her face, she really sells it.
Yeah.
Like she
She's
the
feeling
pain
it.
of a lost child,
Yep. Hell no. Kill them all. It's not that I don't have anything to say right now. It's just like, this is one of the scenes.
I know, it sucks you in, dude. It totally sucks you in. It's great. It's just really good.
Look what you did to him.
I can't help but think about Psycho sometimes when I watch this,
You know damn well this was influenced.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the
Hitchcock.
original slasher.
For sure.
She's scary too, man. She's crazy.
Oh, yeah. She's not fucking around, dude.
And we have the chase.
Yeah, the epic chase.
Mm-hmm. Fuck it,
Which is
get in there and drive anyways.
Push her ass out of that Jeep. You look, the lights are on, the keys are in the ignition.
Exactly.
I'll be like, I'll give you a ride to town.
Man,
Convenient.
She's pretty fucking strong. Lift his ass up.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably tied him up there with a... Well, no, I don't know.
That, right
Look at
there.
that, yeah,
That's
wham.
so awesome the way she does that.
She's fucking pissed.
I love that. Mm-hmm. She really fucking put some effort into that.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a simple thing, but...
It's the simple things that matter, though, dude.
Yeah. She really put her back into it and just fucking sold it. Like, she's fucking pissed.
Mm-hmm. And crazy.
I like how she talks about how, like, in interviews, she'd be like, I'm in line at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. And, like, somebody behind me would be like, ch-ch-ch. Like, they would recognize her, like, buying groceries in the store, and some fan would be like, oh, that's Mrs. Voorhees.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wonder if she was a bitch about it, though. Or she was cool. She's probably nice about it.
Yeah, she's probably nice. I'm sure it gets old after a while, though, sometimes.
Yeah. Especially after a whole long career.
Yep. And you're known for a cheap slasher movie. But Friday the 13th definitely earned its place.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely knows what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah, she knows her way around this camp. Mm-hmm. That's going to be so frustrating to have a whole room full of weapons and not be able to get any ammo.
Mm-hmm. Shit. She fucking butt stroke her ass with that thing.
She does a really piss poor job here.
I know, right? I always thought that too. She's in everything but the lodge. She's like, I know you ain't got no ammo in that.
She looks so, like, obviously unprepared for the moment.
Yeah. Kill her, mommy. It's fucking crazy.
Don't let her live.
I won't, Jason. I won't. You want me to throw some yarn at her? That'll do it. That'll do the trick.
Some twine in your face.
I like how she smacks her around and shit.
She really smacked her.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She slaps the shit out of her right there. Because apparently she, like, complained. She was like, oh my god, what the fuck? And the director's like, no, Betsy, you can't really slap her. But they were, like, really going at it, apparently. Like, they were going for it. Ooh. So a lot of this was, like, especially the scenes on the beach and stuff were, like, really...
Yeah. Dude, she just took a fucking butt stroke to the muff.
Oh, yeah. She got hit in the fupa.
Yeah.
Took one to the fupa.
Some crazy moonlight. Man, Miss Ward, you done goofed. How could you not check behind the damn bench or whatever?
Those are docks.
Or docks, yeah.
Or they're like floating.
Yeah, those are things they were putting out in the lake.
Yeah. It took me a couple of views to realize that too. I was like, is that like a bench you sit on or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Go back in the Jeep. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you'd think once the adrenaline of the horror of the situation started to wear off, you would like start using your brain a little bit.
Killer.
This is a scene that gave Manfredini the inspiration for the cha-cha-cha.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. With where she's just mouthing the words.
Mm-hmm. Let me turn the lights off. It'll be the only building its lights aren't on right now. Oh. I think, was her head turned the other way again? I think her head was turned the other way.
She rolled over in her sleep.
Yeah.
I always thought it's weird that she tries to hide behind the china cabinet or whatever it is.
Yeah.
She's like, nah, that won't work. There's just so making shit up here, dude.
Yeah, I know. Just what is my choice? I don't know. Just hide somewhere. That door definitely didn't have a fucking knob on it when she, like, the outside shot.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I didn't notice that.
She's like, I'm safe now.
Yeah, you just only cornered yourself completely.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that, and, like, let's just say she's, like, 19, 20.
Yeah.
She couldn't outrun that motherfucker.
I know.
You know? Just bolt, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, she probably would get in her Jeep and fucking find her, but...
No, that's true. But you would know. You could hear a car coming. You could hide.
Yeah, that's true. It's dark. It's nighttime. You only got about 15 miles till the fucking diner. Or 12.
Run the whole way.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dumbass. Break it down, break it down. I like that.
Yeah, that's good timing.
Yeah. I like the look she gives her when she, like, busts through the plank and looks at her. It's great. Bless you, child.
It had to happen. This is like some fucking Shining bullshit right here. And it's weird because they came out in the same year.
Oh, yeah?
So there's no way they knew. They didn't rip it off.
Yeah.
Look, she just goes full on in, dude.
I know. Frying pan to the face. Took a muff punch, frying pan.
I mean, honestly, wouldn't you finish the job?
Yes, you just...
You know?
Anything that's worth shooting or hitting once is worth shooting or hitting.
You could just slice the back of their Achilles heel, and that would be it. They wouldn't be able to follow you around. You didn't have to kill them, but you probably chop their foot off, and that would be it, you know?
You'd think she would pick up that fucking machete and start whacking her. I guess she does, woman up when she chops her head off. Let me go to the lake, because it's not like...
Oh, this is something that always bugged me, because, like...
Where are you going to go? The lake is a big fucking circle.
Why does she... Yeah, like...
You can go up to the mountains on the other side?
There's no logic behind going to this location. I guess she just assumes that she's dead.
Uh-huh.
And so she's just trying to deal with the trauma of the moment.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean... They really wanted to have the crescendo of the confrontation, the big confrontation on the beach.
Yeah.
And I just never understood why, like, when she kills Miss Voorhees, she, like, takes the canoe out for a spin.
I know. That's a good shot.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Recording it from the reflection. Damn, Miss Voorhees, you're fucking up.
Pamela Voorhees could be a Sith Lord, dude.
Hell yeah.
She could be wielding a lightsaber like a motherfucker, dude.
I know. Cat fight.
I just love how much effort she... Look, there's a shot that cracks me up and she's, like, bashing her head in the sand.
Uh-huh.
Where she's really doing it. She's really doing it to her.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, Adrian King said in a interview that really happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right here. This is so great. Look. She just smashes her fucking head.
Here we go.
She's like, you're young. You can handle it.
Yeah.
That's great. The way she stands up right there, I love that. It's so maniacal.
That's where she knew she had fucked up.
Yeah. I like the toothpicks. Because apparently they held the head on with toothpicks.
Oh, yeah, look, I see it
right there. Yeah.
Isn't that like Tom Savini's hands or like a dude's hands?
It's Savini's assistant's hands, yeah. It's like these big hairy hands, yeah. And that's totally something you would never notice on a first viewing, but yeah, it's totally obvious.
I would realize it after like I read about it or whatever.
Yeah.
You did it. It's over. It's finally over.
She's like, I'm gonna go out for a paddle.
Yeah.
For a leisurely stroll in the lake.
It's a nice night, you know.
I'm not gonna like get in the Jeep and like go up to the police department or something or go find help. I'm gonna go for a stroll in the canoe.
Where it takes me, whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's a big fucking circle. It's not gonna
Don't
take
even
you
have
anywhere.
a paddle.
She's got her hands. They play all this nice music to try to fool you.
Yeah.
It's a nice lake, though.
Yeah, so you see how like more fallish it is?
Yeah, look at that.
Because it's like they did because they filmed this. This is the scene they filmed in November, so it's months later, and they did a good job, man. I think they did a good job. You know.
I agree.
It would have been so cool to experience this in a theater back in the 80s.
I know, dude.
You know how it is. Like these movies, you never really experience them in a way that they're supposed to because you're a young kid and they just come on TV. So you a little of this, a little of that, and it's always on like a little. Back in the day, it was back in a crappy little tube TV and shit. So
cut even more for TV, for time and for violence and nudity.
Yeah, I just always remember this shot because it was always on the box art. I think.
Yeah. Is it him flying out of the lake on the box art? Or
What's
is
that?
Her? Is it him flying out of the lake on the box art, or is this her?
Yeah, you see him like coming out like that classic shot. I guess that they figured, fuck it. After a while, like everybody knows anyway.
This is what projected the movies into what they are.
She does look kind of weird in the scene.
Yeah,
like she's like, I've done this like 30 times already. I'm just touching the water.
Oh, there's our boy.
Yeah.
He grows so fast.
The boy in the lake.
But he's still there. And you see like a ripple in the water.
Yeah. The little air bubbles come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is all supposed to be fantasy, but...
Not to me. It's real to me, okay?
It's real to me, man.
Yeah.
Jason's real, man. I mean, you could totally look at it as it's real, you know? I mean...
Yeah, because he's got mud and he's all...
I guess the cops just didn't see it happen, or...
Those cops are always useless in these fucking movies anyways.
I know. They got the IQ of like 12.
Yeah, look at this guy. You think he actually does any work? The boy.
Cute nurse.
Oh, yeah.
She looked at the camera.
Oh, party foul.
Somehow she seems younger in the scene than she does.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole movie, you know, it's weird. She seems so like innocent or something.
You think maybe they filmed this first or something?
Maybe. No, they couldn't have because they didn't add on the ending.
Oh
to the
yeah,
very
the
end.
Jason. Yeah.
Yeah. She just plays it very. Why is she acting like she's 14? She just decapitated a motherfucker.
Maybe she's just going hysteric, seeing all her friends die and chopping someone's head off. And then
can't believe
a
this
crazy undead boy coming out of the lake and pulling you under.
She's like, oh, I thought all I had to do was screw a guy with a mustache, and now I got this shit on my fucking... Now I got this. I have to live with this.
I made horrible life decisions.
She got blue eyes. Damn.
Then he's still there.
Dude, we should order some more wine, dude.
Oh yeah.
We should order a bottle
and drink it while we watch it.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe we'll do that. It's only like, dude, it would be like $15 each. It's just really, really cheap.
It's finally over.
It's like 70s fucking soap opera music.
Yeah. Is he gonna come out? Where is he? Oh my god.
Yeah, fade to black.
And that's how sequels are born.
Yeah. You know, I have so much more appreciation for this movie every time I watch it. I mean, it's so flawed, but it really... It's not... It doesn't function very well as a film, but it was such a trendsetter in things that it did, you know? That, you know, I mean, it's an enjoyable movie. It's just not really a good movie, per se, but what it was it kind of broke the mold.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a certain taste for, like, a movie like this, you know? I've you know, as I've gotten older, I've grown to love it more every time I watch it, you know?
Do you think this is like your average, like, for instance, like your mom or something who's probably not a big horror fan, if she watched it, would she enjoy it? Or do you think is this really something that's just settled in with horror fans over the years?
I think, like, back in the day, this would be a movie like that, like in the 90s and stuff. Yeah, Friday the 13th, the movie you'd watch, you know, when it's Friday the 13th, you'd watch the first one.
I mean, is this like a nostalgia thing?
Nostalgia thing, definitely.
Is it an acquired taste, or do you think it's something that anybody could enjoy?
Definitely an acquired taste. You definitely got to know what you're getting into when you watch Friday the 13th.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're just some Joe Schmo, you know, you like whatever standard movies and you go watch this, you probably may not have a good time.
Yeah. But this is just so different from, like, Part 6 or something, you know? So I'm sure my mom could probably sit down and watch this with me. She wouldn't want to watch Part 6
yeah, because it's, you know, full-on slasher.
Yeah, yeah. It's more exploitative.
This is kind of like almost like a murder mystery, too, you know?
Yeah, it is, totally. And it's definitely more soft in terms of its content being raunchy or whatever. I mean, there's some brutal shit, but not too bad.
Yeah, it's not a monster movie like all the, you know, other Jasons are.
Yeah. So that's the end of the movie. What do you want to do for the next one? I'll let you pick as usual.
Do you want to go in order?
I want to jump off of, like, I mean, it would make sense to go 1, 2. I kind of think it'd be fun to go to like Part 8.
Part 8, let's do it.
Takes Manhattan.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
that one be fun.
That's a fun one. It's fun to jump around because I don't know. It's more interesting to me to go out of order a little bit. But even though we did 5, 6, but yeah, dude, we should rock the.
Let's do Part 8 next.
Part 8, for sure.
Jason Takes Manhattan will be next.
All right, Dan Donnelly. Any final thoughts on the original Friday the 13th?
The movie that started all, nice. You know, I love it just as much as all the other movies. You know, a great admiration and appreciation for it, you know.
Yeah, out of 5 stars, how would you rank it?
I definitely, for me personally, I'd give it 4 stars.
Yeah? I think I'm going with 3.5 on this one.
3.5?
But every time I watch it, it grows on me a little bit more.
Yep.
I just find it, just because, like, Part 2, I think is so much better of a movie. Like, compared to this one. I really think of Part 2 almost as really the first one, kind of in a way of the franchise, just being like, it's where it sets up Jason, but it feels so much more, it feels like this one a lot. Yeah. In a way.
The characters are better and
stuff. The characters are better, and Jason's in it, and it really kicks it off. So, I mean, I have a lot of respect for this movie, for sure. But it's not as good as Part 2, so I'm going to say 3.5.
If Pamela Voorhees wasn't in this and the you know, the actress that played her in it, it would definitely have a lower rating.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Some things really worked out in its favor, so.
And a lot of other things, like the setting was a big thing for me, too, so. And the atmosphere.
Right on, dude. All right, well, till the next one, dude.
Yep.
All right, guys, Josh here. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of R-Rated Horror Commentary. Next episode will be Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Until then, guys, stay awesome and stay R-rated.